Hey there, welcome back. Okay, today what I'm doing is I am reshaping one of my edible landscapes, and this is my apple guild. I have a lot of apple trees and I have some flowers and all kinds of other stuff in here. But I needed to reshape it because when I mow with the mower, it doesn't flow on this side. I've got the other side done really well. Let me see if I can just turn that here. The other side is shaped really well. I'm happy with the shape. Whenever I drive by with the mower, I don't have any little nooks and crannies that I have to kind of work around. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. So I have a free PDF that I created so that people can just go download it and you can see just pictures and everything of how I do this, but I've never done a video on it, so I thought I would just go ahead and do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a hose because I want it to be kind of a flowy garden. I want it to look kind of like a riverbank would, and so I am going to lay the hose out first, and then we'll go to the next step. Okay, you can see I really had to play around with it to try to decide, do I want to do something kind of weird and new, or do I want to just kind of mirror the other side? And what I ended up doing is just kind of mirroring the other side of the bed. So, but I played around with it, now I know. This is what I like. So I used to do the thing where you lay the cardboard down, and I had boxes and boxes and boxes of cardboard because my daughter had just moved and they had a moving company. Really clean white paper or kind of a natural color paper with no newspaper print or anything on it. I had tons of that stuff. And I used all that, and what I found is I really just didn't need it. I really just didn't like it. But when we first moved to the location that we're at now, there were people cutting the limbs off of the power lines, arborists, and they had the shredder machine, and I always heard if you just go ask them, they'll bring it to you. And so I went and asked them, and they said, sure, how much do you want? But it was the big chunky wood chips, and those took a really long time to break down. Well, since then I found out that here in my county, you can go get as much free wood chips as you want. And I know I've talked about this before. I've always heard people say you can go to the dump. Well, here I like to call it precinct 2 in Parker County. If you live in Parker County, this is great for you. But you can go get it, and it's a really finely shredded mulch, and it breaks down really fast. So what happens is when you lay all that mulch right on the grass, you're gonna lay it at least a foot thick. You're gonna lay it on really thick. And it's going to kill all the grass. Nothing will survive under there. No weeds, no grass, and a lot of the microbiology is going to be disrupted. But over time, those earthworms and macroorganisms they're going to till the soil for you. They're going to come up into the wood chips. They're going to go back down into the subsurface, down below that grass. And I'm putting this right on top of the grass. And they're just going to churn. They're basically doing my tilling for me. But it takes patience, it takes time, but I can go ahead and plant into the mulch with a little trick that I show in that PDF, and I'm going to show you here. But first of all, let's go ahead and I went and grabbed my yard fork, and I am going to make that nice crisp line all along the edge of this water hose, and I'll show you how I do that. But I did do a previous video that I will link up here, down there, wherever it is, and show you how I do that. But I'm not going to worry about picking any grass out of it. I'm just going to throw it over so that the mulch covers it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to smush those big clods of dirt down because I want everything to be covered with a foot of mulch. So I'm gonna just kind of stomp on those, because if I just put mulch all the way around it and there's this little mountain of a clod of dirt, then it's gonna be able to see the light of day, and there's a chance that that grass might grow in there. That's the last thing I want. So that's what I'm gonna do next. I think that's so beautiful. Okay, as you can see, this mulch is really fine. It's not big wood chip, so it's going to break down really fast. Well, that just looks so much better. I'm a lot happier, and whenever I mow, it's gonna be so much easier to just drive along this edge. Jesse's in the picture. He just got home. He's refilling the bird seed feeder. Say hi, Jesse. Say hi, Jesse. Hi, Jesse. He said so much better, but I don't have enough left, so I'm gonna have to go get another load, and then I will make this probably about double what it is. I didn't realize how much it was going to take, and I didn't realize how big of an area I was going to do. So I'm going to use what little I have left to go ahead and just kind of even out this color. I'm gonna cover that up a little bit just to even everything out. I kind of already did that over here off camera, and I'm gonna have to pull up the soaker hoses and redo those, because now I have an area that I have to do, but that's a different video, I think. So yeah, I'm just gonna use the rest of my mulch to just even out this color, just so the whole thing looks a lot more like that. And once I move the truck, it'll just look so much better. And that is basically how I lay out a brand new garden bed. That's how I did all of my beds from scratch, no dig, edible landscapes. And I did do cardboard before, but I found that I really didn't need it, and it was just such a pain. It was just so unnecessary. That wood chip is going to compost in place, and the earthworms and everything are just going to kind of till what's underneath. It's going to kill the grass, and I will help it along with my compost extract, which You can find that up there. Man, my hands are dirty. You can find I'll put the video in the description below for the compost extract, but that will help it break down faster. And that mulch, I asked them to get it from the back of the pile that's been sitting there for a really long time. My county precinct where I get my mulch, they're only open Monday through Friday. And if it'll be Monday before I can go get some more. So I'll lay down some more and I'll show how I plant seeds, because you can't plant seeds or plants right into that mulch. I have a little trick that I do. But if you want to get that guide, creating an edible landscape from scratch. It's a PDF with pictures and step-by-step instructions with words and pictures and everything, how I do it. You go to edifulgardens.com/start, and then that's just basically the instructions, a step-by-step, 3 steps, a step-by-step instruction on how I created my edible landscapes from scratch. Okay? All right, see you in the next one. Bye for now. Kind of a slow and I said, trucks. Another car. Oh, it's so much quieter in here.